got it going. I got it going. So can you see if it's picking it up? This might not.
This is number 6 for us. From Sunday? Saturday. Next Saturday.
We got a 9:05 start. 9:05.
Oh, we got. If somebody can hear, just we're having severe technical difficulties. So if you're out there, just type something in the chat. Let us know that we're live.
9:05, gentlemen. 9:05 game time.
Might be talking to bots. Anybody out there? Anybody out there?
Ball. Go, babe.
Okay, excellent. Thank you, World Series 2018. So we're on, Bob.
Heads up!
Thank you. Picture and sound okay, so we're good. So this is going to be a little tricky. We got a wanky fence here. I'm going to try to find an angle where I can stabilize it. That I might have to do it. So I'm here again with Bob Gordon. We are in the top of the first of the 2022 Palm Springs Desert Classic. This is the 35 plus division. This is the Mammoth against the Tijuana. To base it up the middle from Cork, leading the game off. Tijuana. Do we know what their name is, Bob? Is that the Tigers? Can you see that?
See if I can get a jersey on the picture.
We're gonna get a team name from Bob here.
Jerseys just say Tijuana.
So it's a Tijuana's. Out of Tijuana, presumably. This is semifinal action. The winner of this one moves over to a real field and plays the championship game.
Nice little breaking ball.
So we saw a breaking ball there, Bob?
Yep. Starting them out. A little off speed.
Looks like he's a little bit of a frisbee.
Ball.
He's just spinning them up there.
It was a good looking pitch.
3/4 delivery, that was off the plate. Does not appear to be a high velocity arm. It's going to get by on Guile.
Ball.
I mean, he doesn't even strike me necessarily as a pitcher.
The mechanics seem
Do they seem
better
like
than
a
what we saw
pitcher's
last night.
mechanics?
The ability to throw over is leaps and bounds over last night, I think.
That is a sign, actually, of the guy who pitches, because as someone, a position player who occasionally takes them on myself, I know I have a hard time with that move. I imagine for a real pitcher, that's like a free throw, but for a guy who doesn't pitch, it's hard to turn your head far enough to see the first baseman sometimes, and it's a nuisance when there's a guy in first base.
You do have some free throw comparisons where some are a Steph Curry and others are like a Dwight Howard or Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, I'm on the Shaquille O'Neal end of the spectrum. You've got an excellent move, though. You're the Steph Curry if I'm Shaquille O'Neal. Where would you? This guy's somewhere. I mean, he's not like Reggie Miller or Steph Curry, but
Well, we only saw the one quick
We
one,
only
so
saw the one.
He's not gonna show us the best.
he may
right
have
away.
multiple. You're right. Like the Currys and the Reggie Millers have multiple moves, right? We've just seen one.
Yeah. So you never go with the first one.
Yeah. And then you find out pretty quickly if he just has one.
Yeah. Pitchers like to lull you a bit to sleep, and then next thing you know, the ball's on top of you, and you're taking that dreaded walk back to the dugout.
just getting started here. Top of the first inning, Mammoth versus Tijuana. Mammoth the 3 seed, Tijuana the 2 seed. Got a runner on first, nobody out. Mammoth won their first round playoff game. We played the 6th. We were the 3 seed. We played, I guess it was the 7th seed, the 6th seed. Dramatically underpowered, understaffed SoCal Snapper team last night. Beat them handily, 18-4, something like that. But they were down to 9 guys, and their starting pitcher was a doctor who was on call and he couldn't make it. It's a pop up in the infield. Groan from Hans. That's one out. So they actually at home plate they begged for mercy from Randy, half jokingly but half seriously. They knew that they were in for kind of a rough night. They couldn't have been a nicer group of dudes. So they were fun, and you know they took the beating well. And not every team that gets beat down like that takes it well. They hit a home run off of our pitcher that we estimated at 463 feet. I was that pitcher. It's the longest home run I've seen in an actual amateur game. I don't know if you can see the light standards in the background of this shot, but this guy actually hit a ball off the lights. The lights weren't quite that tall, but there's a shot to left center. That's falling. That's gonna knock Cork in. Stark's gonna roll up to second base. Throw it coming in, but they're not gonna get him. That shot to left center was carbon copy of Nate Stark's first at bat of the tournament. Same trajectory, same result. Line drive, left center, falls in there. Mammoth lead 1-0. A little bit about this field. I don't think you can tell from the shot, but there are no fences at this field. We've got some storage containers out in right. I believe those are football bleachers behind the storage containers, but there's no actual fence out there. Center field, we have a snack bar building, a soccer net, and in left field we have a fence, but it's at the top of a hill. So
Kind of like the old, is that the Minute Maid Park where they have that?
yeah,
The center field hill that I think they've since taken away, but
I don't think that was the look they were going for here, but that's a good comp, right? Like you're gonna have to run up. I mean, that's got, what would you say? That's a 400-foot shot to get to that hill.
yeah, oh yeah, you have to just annihilate that ball.
The guy last night,
Yeah, had it been from the right side, that would have maybe
cleared the
reached
fence,
park.
maybe, yeah.
I think that ball would have cleared the bleachers up and right easily.
It's Casey Johnson, nobody out, one out, man on second base. Yeah, I walked by the batting cage and it had like these vines growing from the ceiling,
Morning.
and the netting was all torn up. It looked like a guy wearing a hockey mask and wielding a chainsaw was going to come out of it. Like if you were going to film a horror story that featured a ball field, this would be the field they'd film at. It's a pop out to the first baseman. 2 outs. What was that pitch, Bob? Did you see?
I didn't. I mean, everything feels like it's got a little bit of a break on it. So
Yeah.
Even the fastball, I don't think has been terribly straight. What did Nate Stark hit? I was trying to find a fall.
Remember his first at bat of the tournament, that shot to left center?
Yeah,
That's what he did.
reminiscent.
I just identical to that. So that knocked in Cork from first. So Mammoth are up 1-0. This is the top of the first. So we rolled over that one. Nice backhand from the third baseman.
That was a good play.
Yeah.
Kind of in between hop that stayed down on it.
I do think this pitcher is not going to miss a lot of bats. He's going to have to get by with that, the frisbee and the guile. I think the Mammoth are going to score runs.
We're going to see how they hit. It's interesting behind this. There's a ravine, so fall balls are going to go in there, and there's a very steep cement slope. So if it goes down there, I don't know. If you slide yourself down there to get the ball, chances of getting back up are
We have to
Probably.
call the helicopters in.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way I'm going to make an attempt.
That would make for an interesting portion of the stream if we could stream the attempt. So we go to the bottom of the first. Mammoth up 1-0. RBI double from Nate Stark in the top. Plated the Mammoth run. On the mound today, we've got Matt Grill. Matt is the Mammoth ace. He's pitched very little this tournament. He finished one game. The idea was, if possible, to save him for the playoff round, and Randy was able to do that. He actually started the game last night, pitched 1 inning. It was pretty clear that Mammoth didn't need him out there, so we pulled him after 1. And we got him for this game. If we win this one, we move to the championship over on a real baseball field. We don't know anything about this Tijuana team. We've struggled a little bit finding out what's going on in the tournament. Some of the guys have been frustrated with the website, just navigating that MABL website, trying to find information about the tournament. We know this team was 3-0 in their division, 3 divisions in this 35-plus tournament. We finished 3-0 in our division, gave us the 3 seed. These guys finished 3-0, and by virtue of their runs against, they got the 2 seed. And I believe the 1 seed.
Runs, did they?
No, they didn't. I believe the 1 seed is off to our left on the big field, playing probably the 4 seed.
Turns out there is a ramp to be able to get back up. That's why I'm not a city planner.
Guy showing a bunt. Called strike.
Probably get the gauge Ludi over at third. Seems ready for it. He's not playing. We call playing even with Bag, which you normally do with a leadoff hitter. They're apt to sneak one past you.
Matt Grill is a infielder, excellent infielder. So we've got a good fielding pitcher on the mound. Catcher Mike Lippert's also athletic, so we're covered there. We do have Ryan Lutzke at third base, Hans Hegerness at short, Casey Johnson at second, Rob Jones at first base. Out in right field, that's Tommy the Cork. Center field, Billy Baseball, Bill Hausman. Strike 3. Left field, we got Mike Dahl. Over on the bench, we've got Chris Yankee, Randy Schmidt, Pat Ralston, and then Bob Gordon's to my right, and I'm behind the mic. So Matt Grill throws fastball, some kind of off speed. I don't know if it's a slider or changeup, or slider or curveball, I'm sorry. He throws a breaking ball, slider, curve, I'm not sure what it is. And then his out pitches is changeup. I heard Lutzke saying on the bench, said in these tournaments everybody can hit a fastball. We're about to find out if this team can hit a changeup. I think that's a pretty good scouting report, pretty good preview of the Tijuana offense. Can they hit a changeup? Because they're going to get a steady diet of it from Matt Grill. There's a fastball. Threw it right by him. I wouldn't call that a plus fastball, would you? Like that?
The position of the fastball was great. I mean, it's,
yes.
You know, just on the edge of that plate. I mean, so.
It appeared to have a little tail away, too, from the hitter. So I think Matt is skilled enough that he probably plays with his, placement of his fingers and gets different movement. This is a big boy. This might be the most athletic-looking batter we've seen.
I was going to say, this might be the best-looking ball player we've seen. That is a ball that's right at Bill, and I think he got it off the end of the bat.
Exactly, end of the bat.
That might have been the farthest ball I would have had hitting in a couple years.
That guy is a big boy.
Yeah.
I believe that was a changeup.
Yeah,
Got
definitely.
into the bat.
Going to be careful with him at the plate and guys on.
Y'all hear the one about the umpires?
So we move to the top of the second. Mammoth scored early. Scores 1-0. This is a tricky angle today. I know it's probably shaking a little bit. I gotta try to stabilize it.
Is there anybody with us, Tom?
We got, the number says 11. I see my mom's here. Hey, Mom. World Series 2018. He said, or she said, picture and sound okay. So those are the only two comments we have. I mean, what is it? It's Monday. It's a holiday Monday at what, 11 o'clock back home?
9:21 local, 11:21
Do this.
back
so I'm
home.
not shaking. Can I do that? There. Okay, that's gonna be better. That will be stable now. Yeah, I don't know how many people are gonna tune in for this one. Kind of a little frisbee flipper up here. Huh? What do you think?
Did you hear their semifinal story?
No.
Their team didn't show up. So
Really?
we thought we had an easy draw. They had
Team
0
didn't
draw.
even show up.
Yeah.
How did that
So this
happen?
is their 4th game. And like, what? How is this
How is-
playoff starter, aka?
Yeah.
And then this team only gave up like 8 runs through the 3 games. So I'm really surprised.
So they would have
Diggy says, "Are you at Harding?" Yeah. Who's Diggy?
I don't know, but that's actually a good comment.
Dan.
Smolik.
Smolik. Oh, hey.
Yeah,
it's
Dan.
not Smolik, remember, guys. It's Smolik.
You may have missed the description of the field. We'll do it again in a little bit, but it is not a real baseball field. We're fenceless. We've got
We have shipping containers.
yes, we have shipping containers to aim for.
I thought there were only 2 in right field. There's actually 3 because there's one right behind that red one.
Right field does look like Harding in that you've got basically some kind of open field behind it, soccer, football, I don't know what it is, and some bleachers.
Get going.
Nothing out in left though. A small hill and then a fence at the top of it that's probably 400 feet away, so at least, right?
That would require 2006 Tom Genrich bridge.
Yeah, 2 swings with the drop 5 trampoline bats. Then maybe I roll the ball up to just roll up, slowly stop, dink, right at the base of it.
This is Randy's field though. If he gets on the right field fence down the line is also about 400, and that's kind of where. What is he?
Ground ball up the middle.
Oh, that throw. Yes.
Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop gloved it, threw it to first. First baseman could not scoop it out of it.
Come on, 22.
Yeah, we're gonna hit this guy, right?
Casey came in, promised us that he was gonna crush this guy. I feel like you got to say something like that after weak fly ball.
Yeah, well, I feel like everyone's tracking this guy. I think it's going to be a question of whether they swing at pitches that they can hit, right?
And it's also going to be a question of how much does their lineup drop off. I mean, Grill dispatched them easily,
Yeah.
but it could be a team that's strong through all 9 guys.
We thought that the 3 hitters playing first base right now was
I was talking to him for a long
specimen
time.
of the tournament,
He,
right?
he said he's got 2 home runs in the 3 games from Las Vegas.
Yeah, I mean,
That's about all the intel I got from him.
he's built like a major league baseball
I'm a tall
player.
guy, and he makes me look very small. Like I felt. I'm 200 pounds, and I felt like a tiny wimp compared to this guy. And it's not like a Emery Hall bulk. It's like a
Whole body just.
It's just- yeah.
Massive.
well-proportioned, athletic. Emery's more like the strength vibe. This guy's got the explosive. Like
Just the,
he could
the
do the
height, sort
yeah.
of like your Aaron Judge.
Yeah, yeah. If Emery was 6'5", 6'4", then maybe. It's a better call.
Yeah, Grill got him to chase a changeup into the bat. I mean,
He got it one-footed, out front,
Yeah,
off
off
the
the end
end,
of that.
300 feet to center.
Yeah.
yeah,
Can you imagine if he barrels one?
that's the pitch Mammoth are going to have to lay off. I mean, this guy's just spinning that pitch up off the outside part of the plate against righties, and those are hard to hit. I mean, if you pull that, you're going to roll over it. So you either got to go with it or let it go. There's a pitch right down the middle.
That's kind of tough.
High.
That was a pitch Slip is going to want back. Tried to come in with the fastball, and that one was center cut.
Did you go through the lineup? Did you go from 9 or 10?
For us?
Yeah.
I don't. It would be, you better check. It's probably Grill. I think Matt was going to bat. You got Mike Dahl. Mike's had a solid tournament. Had a couple hits yesterday. Bob and I have been impressed with his speed. We didn't
He
realize.
was quick, but
Yeah.
he's really been showing off.
He can really run. I think he's 39 now, maybe 40. Stays in fighting trim, Mike Dahl. Wearing the Bauhaus Brewer helmet. Oh boy, this could be bad. Nope. All right. No. He was going to get gunned down. So Randy stole the base, which was as much a function of the catcher missing second base by 20 feet to the right side. Randy kind of got caught up at second base, thought about going to third because the ball went out to right center, but
The ball was sort of tracking at him as he was sliding, and so it sort of adjusted his slide and
is that, yeah.
caught the base and kind of rolled, but that center fielder was charging hard on.
So see if Mike can get himself a good pitch to hit. There's one right there.
He got a good piece of that.
Yeah,
Go
Mike
high.
hit that really well. Close to 300 feet to left.
Hard to judge how far it went when the fence is 600 feet.
Right? It is. That was a curveball that started probably at his letters and dropped over the plate. He put a good swing on it. Mammoth up 1-0. Moved to the bottom of the second. Semifinals. Palm Springs Desert Classic.
Who do we got next door? The Bandits? Who's do we know if the Bandits are the number 1 seed, the camo?
I think number 1 seed is the team in blue.
Oh,
That was the team. Were you there when we walked up on that team? And just a lot of gigantic human beings.
were they still in the parking lot?
Yeah, and Randy watched the game and he said they could just crush the baseball and could really pitch. So I think we're going to be on a collision course with that team if we can get past this one. Got a hello from Buck. Hey, Buck. It's like Bushy's in the house. Sandlot Semis, that's right. We were talking on the way down to the field. Our supposition is that they actually have a lot of age divisions down here, and everyone's playing the same 3 days. So those divisions are dealing with playoffs today as well. So you want to ask the question, why are we playing on this crappy field? There's only so many fields, and at that point, it's the luck of the draw.
Well,
Someone's got to
we've
play.
seen, you know,
crappy.
the varsity field is generally good, but the JV field is lacking generally some fencing.
Yeah,
Which it seems to be a common theme on a number of these, you know, where there's 2 fields in the complex.
that's true. That's true. Yeah, you usually we've seen a varsity field and then this level of field. Varsities are really nice, and then what they're referring to as the JV field, Bob says, typically missing fencing. You'd think they could just throw up a snow fence even, right?
Something, but you know, I gotta think, you know, there's a soccer net out there, right? So
Yeah.
the JV field is dual purpose. It's football practice, it's soccer practice. You can't have a fence, you know.
That's fair. That's fair. 1-1. It's a
That
curveball.
is a shot. He's got to run for that. That might be a goal.
Goal!
Yeah.
He caught that. That was I think a slider.
It stayed up.
Stayed up and he hit it as it was breaking. Got enough of the barrel on it to line it to left for a double. I feel like we have the better pitcher. It's yet to be seen if they've got the better hitters and if we can be patient enough with the guy they got out there.
I think we always feel pretty comfortable with Grill on the mound.
Yep. Lippert once told me about Matt Grill. I haven't played that much with Matt, and he told me that guys get on against Matt. It's not like Matt typically no hits teams. but they don't score. We'll test out that theory right here. Man on second, nobody out.
Strike!
Wow. Is that a strike? That looked
I'm
down
on
and in.
the right side of the plate angle, so it's kind of shielded with
Yeah, we don't have
blue in the
the direct behind the plate shot here. There's a high fastball. Just threw that right by him. 1-2. I don't think he's throwing the changeup, right? So we see the changeup this pitch. Or maybe he sets him up one more time. We'll see. I think he's, yeah.
same pitch. Went back to it.
Lifted his glove after he gave the sign. Just a smart sequence right there, right?
They went out and chatted a little bit. I wonder if they got a little maybe crossed up.
Yeah, I mean, judging by the way lifted his glove, I think he wanted the fastball up there, but I'm just curious, right after that, they have a little chat. Last time I streamed, someone on the chat told me what Grill throws. Bushy, no better pitcher a team from Minnesota could have on the mound than Grill. Yep. I mean, I keep on using this metaphor, this analogy, but he's like a warm glass of milk, man. I mean, he just inspires comfort when he's on the mound. Right back at him. Grill looks the runner back to second base, flips it to first. That's 2 outs.
Check and one.
Check and one. Leadoff double. Matt dispatches the first hitter with a strikeout. Gets a comebacker for the second out. Now we have, this must be what, the 7th guy in the order? 7 batter?
Yeah, they went 1, 2, 3, and then got 2 outs now. Guy on.
Strike!
This team out of Tijuana.
Game time temperature is about 60 degrees, so pretty comfortable.
Yeah, this is very different than the Arizona weather. I know Bushy understands what the Arizona weather's all about. You get the high sky. If you're keeping track of the high sky count, that's 1. That's 2 if you want to count the second mention of it right there. You don't have that, and you don't have the heat lamp. Out there you're sitting on these fields, and it's like you're just sitting underneath a heat lamp. That sun is so hot.
It's gonna start warming up, so some of these clouds may burn off, so that sky might get much more elevated.
Yeah, we got to come up with because there's apparently over-unders on the number of times we say the word high sky. We got to talk about the elevated sky.
I think we just go with it and just
we embrace it. Let's lean into it. Yeah. Wow. I feel like that pitch was one this guy. I think that was the pitch this guy had. That was his pitch to hit right there.
I just want them back, and you might want that one back.
Yes, that pitch was middle, down and in. It's maybe Lip wanted it there, but it looked like he caught enough of the plate, and the guy put a good swing on it. I feel like he could have shot that down the line. 1 and 2.
He's starting the line though, so it's gonna be hard to get anything down the line past him.
You're right. I don't know if Ludi just took a couple steps over after that. He probably did.
Right at.
Ooh, nice play by Hans. Nice play. That was something between an in-between hop and a short hop, but
Sort of a line drive that he sort of watched it into the dirt, and with the velocity behind that ball, thinking it's just going to be a little skip.
yeah, however you want to categorize it, Hans picked it up on one hop and fired a strike over to Nate Stark at first to get Matt out of the inning. So Matt surrendered a double and then shut down the next 3 hitters. So we moved to the top of the 3rd, Mammoth up 1-0. Semifinal play, winner moves on to the championship game. It'll be immediately after this one. We'll stream that one as well, if we can get past these guys. If we do get past these guys, the challenge for us next game is going to be the starting pitching, because we're basically out of starters at this point.
Tom, see,
check out the new guy at short?
Hans?
He's a good player.
Yeah, he is a good player. The newest Mammoth?
I think that's the hardest play that's been made.
Yeah, it was something between a short hop and an in-between hop, but
Actually, Rob at first had a scoop, like I think on a lippert throw or a
Yeah,
throw or something.
that
It's
was-
very similar. It's the
yeah,
not a short hop, that in between hop.
right.
Very tough.
It's the voice of Tom Corcoran, who knows something about playing shortstop. When he was in Japan studying to be a samurai, he played shortstop for the local baseball team as well. He also taught English when he was there. Just a man of many talents, Tom Corcoran. That was many years ago. So we are in the top of the third inning. We've got Chris Yankee.
Strike!
The chatter on the bench is that Chris never swings at the first pitch. Like it's Joe Mauer-esque. That's a good cut. I mentioned this in one of the streams. I threw some BP game one, day one. Chris has got a really short, really compact swing. He's really short to the ball. His hands are tight. You probably can't see it here, but he's very compact in his stance, and he stays compact through the swing. It's a ground ball over to third baseman. He booted it. Chris scurries down to first base. He's fast. Randy had kind of a difficult call deciding who to put in this lineup. We got a lot of good hitters. One reason he went with Chris wasn't just because of his bat, but because he's fast, dynamic, speed. Said it many times on this level. Back to the top of the order, Tom Corcoran. Speed on this level, I think, is even more valuable than power in some respects. You often play on these cavernous fields, and unless you're truly elite power hitter, the fields can swallow up a lot of drives. There's a shot down the line foul. But when you got jackrabbits on the base paths, with a lot of the rag arms we see behind the plate,
Definitely get an extra base hit or two, or one that maybe they kick a little bit, like you can beat out if you have that maybe extra level.
and then you can steal second. Like, I don't think we saw a throw down from this catcher already that was not good. That's end of the bat.
Sort of one-handed that.
One-handed it out to right. What do we call that, 260?
Yeah. I mean, again, it's hard to, we need to measure off the storage, like the cargo container.
Maybe between innings you could do that for the booth, Bob. And rather than like stepping it off, just lay on the ground. We know how tall you are, and just
like, somersault backwards.
yeah, we'll get Bob length. There's a end of the bat, line drive to left, right at the left fielder.
There's probably an app out there where I could take a picture of it from where I am now, and it could tell me how far it is away.
But the image of you kind of lying on the ground again and again and again, I kind of would like to see that.
hold up the game for a little bit.
Yeah. All right, here's Nate Stark, who probably has been the most consistent run producer, I would say, this tournament, if not the most consistent hitter. I think the team might agree. The guys who have played with this team for a while. All right, there's Chris Yankee still in second. I think there might be some consensus that if Tom is the best hitter on the team, Nate might be the second best hitter.
It's good.
So many good hitters, but Nate always has good at bats. It's not just that he can hit the ball far, but I've said it many times. He's very composed in the box. He's just got a very composed personality.
Yeah.
We've been staying in the house with him all weekend. It's just a lot of fun to be around. Plays off a high fastball. We've had fun in the house this weekend, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen some things. We've seen some things you can't unsee. We're all going to go back changed men. But
No,
changed...
You all are gonna have to start cooking for yourself. That's
Yeah,
That's the one thing that will definitely show its head come
I mean, our body compositions are definitely, our body chemistry is altered because some of us, I'll speak for myself, are ingesting foodstuffs that we normally don't ingest it back home. And I'm not saying like these are exotic foodstuffs, but some of us have pretty plain diets, and Bob is cooking up souffles and things I can't even pronounce. There's a pitch off the plate. It's ball 4. So Casey, after his last at bat, apparently promised the bench that he was going to get into one. I wouldn't call Casey a man of few words, but he doesn't have a boastful personality. I think he's stepping in there with some confidence. Again, I think the trick is going to be getting the pitch to hit. This guy may not be a power pitcher, but it appears that he's got pretty good command.
We've talked about Casey liking playing with better competition.
Yeah.
And this is what he likes.
I think he's going to be more tuned in today than I think last night. He struggled a little. I mean, I think he played fine, but he doesn't enjoy those games. He wants to play good teams. Oh, that was good foul. I think that was a pitch Casey would normally hit. Billy Houseman on deck. After a slow start, Billy had a walk-off single, third game of pool play yesterday. Got him the Bill Houseman "We'll see you at home" player of the game. There's a pitch in. This guy's been working. That's 3 pitches in a row. I would not throw. He doesn't know Casey, but I would not throw Casey. I would not be flipping the frisbee fastball and trying to clip the inside corner, because if you miss it, I'd work Casey outside. There's an outside pitch.
Drive.
Drives it to left.
Center
Get
fielder
down.
can move.
Center fielder dives, misses the ball.
Casey's got potential to run all day
This
here.
this ball is rolling
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it.
about 600 feet away. Drives in 2. That's a big hit.
Ralston has wisely held him at third. I think Casey appreciated that as well.
If Pat thinks there's any chance a guy can score, though, Pat will waive him. Pat is as aggressive a third base coach, third base presence as you're going to find. As Rob Jones found out game 1 when he hit a Little League home run. He should have been out by 95 feet. 90 feet from third to home.
But he was safe, and he
He was
leads the
safe.
team in home runs.
Yes, that's right. Much more about that Little League home run as we go on.
In the book, it's a home run.
In the book, it's a home run, right? But because I like to give Rob a hard time, it's always prefaced with Little League whenever I refer to it. There's a base hit up the
that was good at that.
end of the bat. Eats up the shortstop, still makes a throw.
Infield's been solid.
It has been. They're good. That was a pitch off the plate that Billy got off the end of the bat. Big at bat by Casey though. Just gave us a little.
Wink and a nod.
Yeah.
Made a family back home.
It's a big hit, right? If we can get Matt Grill a lead,
See if anybody's got anything to say to us.
yeah, let's do that. So we got. Bushy says best changeup you'll find. Yep. Any score yet? That was a while ago. So K. Schwartz 91. The score is now 3-0 Mammoth. We're in the top of the 4th.
Top of the fourth. No, bottom.
Bottom of the 4th.
Yeah,
Or is it
we're
bottom of
in
the 3rd. Bottom of the 3rd, right?
Bottom of the third.
Bottom of the 3rd. Mammoth up 3-0. Bottom of the 3rd. We'll try to. Yeah. You might not be the only person who has this on mute, K. Schwartz. If I was listening, I'd have it on mute too. But we try to do a score update between innings. We'll try to be. Oh, I see. You can't even hear us, so maybe people can help
Maybe
K.
I'll
Schwartz
hear
out. Yeah. He's just got stuff on mute. Yeah, we got guys in the chat here who are going to keep the muted audience up to date. Looks like Bushy's on it.
No offense taken if you are purposely on mute.
Right. Like I said,
I wouldn't blame you.
I don't think we have the most the most appealing radio voices to listen to. I know I don't. Yeah, it was a great at bat, wasn't it, Mark? Guy worked him in, and he just kept coming in. And I think that the pitch he hit was off the plate. Casey got it off the end of the bat a little bit further down on the bat. So the pitcher had a plan against Casey. Bust him in. He's not really busting anyone, but work him in, and then try to get him to chase. And he just caught too much of the plate. And or Casey just was anticipating that pitch. It's strike three. There was the grill changeup. That's one.
I think Grill's got about 4 strikeouts right now.
Is he up to 4? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. This battery of Grill and Lip, I know there's a shot right at Casey, though. Casey drops to a knee. Fields it, throws to Rob Jones at first. They play together on the Skeeters, so very comfortable with each other.
That whole right side is Skeeter heavy with Cork out and right.
It's true, yeah. The whole right side of the field are 35-plus TC Bale champion Skeeters, and you and I are Skeeters. This team is composed primarily of, well, we're all TC Bale guys. We should get that out there. But the Mammoth team plays in the Federal League in the summer, which is a 35-plus league that plays during the week back home. TC Bale games happen Sundays. This team won the 35-plus Cactus League division in Arizona this year. Missing some of the key players on that team, Bushy, certainly Emery Hull and Diamond Dan Casaza. But we didn't have Cork and we didn't have Hans down there. Didn't have Yankee, didn't have Bob Gordon, didn't have Rob Jones. There's some additions and subtractions. Rob letting everyone know there's 2 outs. Left that up a little bit, but he was not on time with that swing. Have you ever faced Matt Grill?
I have not.
Maybe back when the Skeeters from 28 Plus, we might have faced him. He might not have been pitching for the Brewers back then. I don't know. It's a weak grounder to the left side.
Kind of between third and short.
Lady tried to cut it off, went off the tip of his glove. Runner reaches. What's the scoring decision on that one, Bob?
I mean, I think if you asked Moody, he probably thought he would have made that play.
Okay, we'll call that an E5. Moody had a range for it, but it was not hit hard.
Yeah. It went off the tip of his glove.
Moody giving his glove a look. I talked to him after game 1 where he had some uncharacteristic difficulties, it looked like, over there in terms of keeping the ball in his glove, and I think he spent some time oiling up that glove. I think he's having maybe some equipment issues. There's a turn on that fastball up and in, foul down the third baseline. We're in the top of the third, bottom of the third, and the Mammoth are up 3-0. That almost looked like a knuckled. Matt Grill has a knuckleball. I think he does have a knuckleball. I think I asked him about that one. Or maybe
Not a lot of damage with 0-2 count. You could throw that pitch.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen Bob do that many times. There's another chance for Ludi. This one he catches. High chopper. Baltimore chop to Ludi over at third. Ludi retrieves, throws a strike to Rob Jones, and that's the inning. Go to the top of the 4th. Nice job, guys, says Randy. Hops out of the dugout. Fist bumps all around. I think we'll see Randy bat this inning. I think of all the Mammoth hitters, who's your favorite hitter to watch? Give me your top 2, because I think I might know who your top 1 is.
I mean, it's always fun to watch you hit, Tom. It's a joy because
yeah. Okay, let's.
I take your success.
Yeah.
Like, it,
What, you guys didn't make the cut?
Yeah, we're broadcasters only at this point. Yeah.
Who's the play-by-play and who's the color guy?
Well, we've been discussing that this whole tournament. We're not sure we're either one of us or either. That's the problem with the stream. Yeah. Yeah. Let's take us out of the conversation because
Everybody's got to start somewhere.
that's right. Yeah. This is about as low as you can start on the announcing ladder, but we're starting.
Man, Rob's keeping us loose out there with his antics. And here he comes now.
So we're joined by Rob Jones and Casey Johnson.
16 viewers?
The heart of the Skeeters, Casey Johnson, and then a member of the Skeeters, Rob Jones, joins us.
The heart of the Skeeters and the fart of the Skeeters.
You could at least give me another
A
organ. I mean, there's
member.
several
Well,
organs.
there's a lot of members you can choose from.
Gotta find something that rhymes with heart. Here we're in the limerick business. I kind of felt like they were pitching around Stark. I think they were afraid of his big hit in the first inning
And his stature.
and his stature.
then you hit the ball.
I took that personally.
You worked the inside like 3 pitches, and then he pitched you
I
away.
thought he was going to because
Yeah.
he came right inside and almost hit me. And I was like, he's just setting me up. 'Cause
And
he's-
and that was slightly off the end of the bat. Like it wasn't quite on the barrel.
No,
Or did
it
you
was
get it?
it was barrel.
It was barrel.
What I did was I started swinging and just like was like I'm out in front of it, and I just slowed down my hands, so that was just all hands and barrel.
You hit that well.
Yeah.
That's a big hit too.
That was a good.
Not unlike a triple we saw the other day.
I mean, ultimately we were just hoping to get that run in because we got Yankee at second with our 3-hitter up.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have wanted to squander that. And when you don't squander that, it's just heartbreaking.
Must have missed the invite.
There's Ludi swinging at kind of a loopy curveball that was up in the zone, rolled over to the third baseman. It's 1 out.
Randy.
Let's go, Randy. Stay hot, buddy.
How about that Casey Johnson, huh? Did that get mentioned on the stream? Did you catch his hit?
No, we missed it completely.
Cut
We were-
out.
Yeah.
We're
we
looking
just-
at the ravine behind us.
Talking about all the infrastructure that needs to be spent for like the 5 days a year. And
Just-
there's running water through
I had
that.
to figure somehow, some way I was going to get thrown out at third. I mean, at some point I got to make a base running mistake in this tournament. Right?
Yeah.
Probably be like,
I think we
the
can.
most costly one ever.
We're hoping maybe
Randy ripped that one foul.
get the
1 out.
Yeah.
Is this top of 4? Bottom of 4. Top of 4. God, I can't keep track of this.
I think I'd like to talk about my state of mind during Casey's hit because it was a wild 3 seconds in the air. Off the bat, I was thinking, sure double, guaranteed. And then it just kind of stayed in the air.
Yeah,
And the
center fielder
center
was
fielder
tracking it.
started.
Yeah.
From my point of view, it wasn't a chance. He didn't have a chance of catching, and then it very much looked like he was going to. So I went from happy to
How
sad.
do I turn this on? I'm getting
And
a
then-
little better. Is it not on? Now it's on. Should it be on?
And then it landed, and I thought, sure, triple. No, how do you check it out?
I don't know. I'm afraid if I try, I'm going to kick it out.
I think if